Y'all, they gonna have to move me because I ain't moving. I'm so scared. I'm not gonna move. To come on down here, they gonna have to. The police gonna have to come move me because I'm not moving. Everybody done left. They done turned around and going back the other way. I go back the other way, I'm gonna be further from home. So you better represent. Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? By the title, I guess y'all know, y'all see I'm talking about my traumatic scare with this freaking snowstorm, because it's actually snow. I think we got like maybe 5-6 inches of snow in South Carolina. That does not happen, and it was very traumatic. So the day started, it was Saturday the 1st. Was Saturday the 1st? No, the 31st. So January 31st, I had to work. On my way to work, it started snowing. I was like, oh my God, it's snowing. But we always, they always say it's gonna snow, and it's not that bad. Well, a while ago it happened, and the state was not prepared for it. So anytime it predicts snow or any bad weather, the state shut down. We was in a state of emergency. So it had started snowing, and it snowed all day. It started like at 8, maybe 8:15. I had to be to work at 9. By the time I got to work, it was snowing. And it wasn't really sticking. It wasn't on the road yet. So I was like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna leave at 5. That was the plan the whole day. I was leaving at 5. And it just kept snowing. And the last time I drove in snow, it was nothing like this time. I was in an expedition, maybe that's why. But so this time I got off at 5, and immediately when I got on the road, I started slipping and sliding. I slid my whole way to my stopping point. And I kept saying, I wasn't going fast. I was going slow. The hills wasn't high. It was just like humps. But I guess it was so much ice on the road that I couldn't, I guess, hold on. Thank God that I got to the point that I got. So, okay, I'm going home. I left work. It take me maybe 10-15 minutes at the max to get home from work. I didn't get home till after 8 p.m. So I left work at 5:30. I didn't get home till after 8 p.m. I'm going home. I'm slipping and sliding. I just kept sliding. Thank God there wasn't a lot of people on the road, so I didn't have to worry about an accident. And I thank God for that. Okay, so I get to a stoplight. I'm getting ready to go cross the stoplight, and the police got in front of me. And he put on his lights. And so I kept following him, because he did not stop, and say, go back the other way, the road bad, you can't go this way, you need to turn around and go back. He didn't do any of that. But he kept his lights on, and he kept going down the road. So I thought he was just being precautious. So I'm following behind the police. Now, the road that I need to go down is a windy road. It is a windy road. So I'm going down the road. So he stopped, and he parked his car like in the middle of the street, so nobody could come through, nobody could go past, and nobody could come through. I had no idea why he did that. I'm like, oh my God. But he stopped. When he stopped, and like I wasn't going fast, I stopped. And when I stopped, my car started sliding to like the ditch. And it stopped. I just stopped where I was. Thank God my car stopped. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And I was just there. I was stuck. I was so scared. The officer, I was like, please help me. And I was like, I'm sliding. And he stuck his foot on the ground. He was like, yeah, it's real. It is really bad right here. He was like, just don't move. Stay in the car. He said, don't move. Just stay right here. And so I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh. So other cars started kind of like going around me, turning around, because it was a dead end. I was like right in front of a dead end where you could turn in a dead end, and they was turning around. I was so scared because my car was sliding. I didn't know what to do. So I was scared to do anything to my car because I was afraid that if I did anything, I was going to slide on in the ditch. So I'm just standing there. I was there for like an hour before I decided that I needed to do anything. I said, Deborah, you need to make a decision. You need to either go in. I was contemplating going in this ditch, hitting the police car, or trying to get in this dead end. And I just wanted to leave the car. I was like, I'm just going to leave the car. I'm going to leave the car. I don't know what I'm doing. I was going to leave that car right there in the street. I was like, I'm out of here. I was like, I'll just walk home. I'll just walk home, Lord. Please, please. I just felt like I'm better off walking than trying to get home in this car. So this couple came down the dirt road, and they was just trying to see what's going on, because it was like I said, it was the tow truck went down, and the police stopped traffic, and it was a police behind me. He stopped traffic, and so nobody could come through. So I was in the middle. So everybody else had turned around and went back the other way. I was so scared to turn around and go back the other way because I thought I was going to slide back down the hill, because I had been sliding my whole way home. So I was like, Lord, what I'm gonna do? And all along, I was like, if I can get out of this car, I'll walk home. I was like, I'll walk home. I don't care. And then, so the guy was like, the couple came down, and he was like, yeah, he was like, you sliding, yeah. And he was kind of just there to comfort me. He was like, yeah. And I was like, what's my option? And he was like, you gonna either go in the ditch, you gonna either hit the police car, or you can try to turn in this dead end. You can leave your car in our yard, and I promise your car gonna be okay. I was like, I said, you do it. And he was like, and he said, you want me to do it? I said, yeah. I said, I promise I'm not gonna hold you at fault. I don't care. I just can't do it. And he was like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And he was like, you could do it. He said, just turn. So a lady, before this, a lady came by, and she's like, sweetie, can you pull up? I said, no, I can't. I'm sliding. And she's like, calm down. She said, I need you to turn the wheel. She said, turn the wheel. I thought my wheel was already turned, but my wheel was actually turned toward the ditch. And so she said, turn your wheel, slowly turn your wheel. So I turned my wheel. So she said, your car's straight. She said, ease up off the gas. I said, I can't. She said, you can ease up. I said, I can't. She's like, okay, you want me to do it? I said, yeah. But she didn't have anywhere to put her car to come help me. So she never came back. She just went on. The police, I'm sure he didn't allow her to come back down to try to help me. So I was like, okay. So when the guy came down the street, I said, how are my wheels? And he said, they kind of straight. And I was like, I said, you think I could do it? He said, yeah. He said, I think you can do it. He said, just go slow. And mind you, I had been in that spot for over an hour with the car in drive and my foot on the brake. I was on that brake so hard, my foot felt numb. It was just numb. I was just so afraid that if I did anything, I was going to go into that ditch. And I had got to the point where I was okay with going in the ditch. I was okay. I just wanted to get out of the car. And so he was like, that's when he offered. He said, if you want to, you can. He said, because I was like, I'll just walk home. And they asked me, I said, I live past the YMCA. They knew what a YMCA is. I told them the neighborhood I lived in. They was like, wow. And I was like, but I don't care. And so he was like, well, if you can park in my yard, and nobody won't mess with your car. Your car will be fine. You can just come back and get it whenever you want to. I said, I'm so scared. I was so petrified. And so I was like, Deborah, you got to do it. Ain't nobody gonna do it about you, because the police had done. So it was a police in front of me and it was a police behind me. I said, sir, can you please help me? Can you please help me? And he was just like, stay right here. He walked past my car and didn't even pay me no attention. So I was like, okay. I was like, Deborah, you got to do something. You cannot just stay here. And so I was like, okay. And so that's when the guy told, you know, he helped me. He walked me through straightening my wheel, coming up off the gas, and I turned into that dead end. So I turned my car into that dead end. I got it to his yard, and I parked in his yard. I said, I'll walk home. I don't care. I will walk home. And they was like, you gonna walk home? Because I couldn't get through. And I was so afraid that if I went back, I'll be further away from home. So I was like, right here, I'll just walk home. And my sister was like, I'll come get you. I'll come get you. I was like, no, for one thing, you can't come get me because you can't get to me. And I was like, you can't get to me. You can't get to me. The police got the road blocked off. I was like, you can't get to me. Don't come. And I was so afraid. I didn't want anybody to try to come help me and get hurt. So I was like, I'm just going to walk home. So I parked my car in the main yard. Y'all, I walked I ain't lying, about 4 miles in the snow, holding groceries, my pocketbook, home. I walked home. And I'll insert a picture of what happened. The incident was, and that's what's blocking the road. I hope they okay. I hope they okay. I hope they okay. Cars was in the ditch. It was like 4 cars in the ditch. The tow truck had to wrap, I guess, like a wire, one of those heavy doodle, I guess the thing that they used to pull the car out of the ditch. He had to wrap it around the tree because he was sliding in the ditch. He was like, every time I can't even do anything because I'm in the ditch. I was like, damn. So one lady, it was like a Honda. It was a black truck. It was a little red car. It was like a small SUV. And I want to say it was another car behind them. And then it was the police. And I was behind that car. All the cars was in the ditch. Except for that small SUV, they was able to stop. So the lady said every time they pull her out, her car go back into the ditch. And that guy was like, I don't know what the person that was in the first car, because it looked like they just left that car there, like I would have left it. And so they was like, the police was like, I'm so sorry. He was like, how far you live? And I told him how far I live. He was like, oh my God. And he was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's okay. I said, I just feel more comfortable walking home than trying to get home in my car, because I don't think I can make it in my car. I was so scared. And so I did. I walked home. I walked and I was just praying. And I had on these, I don't wear my work shoes home when I get in the car. So I got these off the TikTok shop. Baby, when I tell you these shoes kept my feet warm, I did not have any problems with these shoes. Baby, y'all, I got the real thing, but these did what it needed to do. I'm holding these things like 4 fat tires. If y'all want some good shoes, you don't spend a lot of money for it, go on a TikTok shop and go down my page and get these shoes. Anyway, so I was walking home, and I remember the newsman saying, not only is it snowing, but it's so cold. And I kept thinking about that. I was like, Lord have mercy. I was thinking about hypothermia. I was like, Lord, my hands, I don't want my fingers to fall off. I don't want my fingers, because my fingers were so cold that they kind of felt like they was burning. Like my fingers was burning. And I was like, oh my God, hypothermia, my fingers gonna fall off. My fingers gonna fall off. I was like, Lord, please. So something said, I just kept moving my hands. Now I did have on gloves. They ain't did nothing, honey. I might as well not even have on gloves. I had on a coat, and I was carrying groceries. I had like 3 bags of groceries. And I couldn't leave the groceries because all I could think about is getting home, feeding because I didn't eat anything at work. So I was getting home and I was going to make spaghetti. And I was like, oh, I got to get something to eat for my children. Think about my damn children, child. And so, okay, I got to get home. But I was so scared that I didn't want anybody to come because I didn't know how bad it was up the road. I was like, no, don't come. Kind of find out you couldn't get to me that way anyway because the police had blocked off the road. So I was like, I gotta walk. So I kept telling myself, just keep going, Deborah, keep going. Don't stop. If you stop, you ain't gonna start back. Just keep walking. And I just kept saying, move your hands. Now I did have on gloves and I had my hands in my coat, so I had my hands wrapped in my arm, trying to stay warm. And I just kept trying to move my hands so that I won't get hypothermia and my fingers won't fall off. And so I walked those 4 miles home. And I just kept saying, Deborah, so I was walking, I live past a YMCA, and I seen a bench. They had 2 benches at like the entrance of the YMCA. And I was like, what if I stop, call my children, have my kids come get me? But again, I didn't know how bad it was in my neighborhood because I live like on a little incline, not a real big incline, but it is a little incline. And it was just completely frozen. It was so many bad patches in the neighborhood. I was just so scared that I just didn't want my kids. Now they could have walked and met me, but I didn't want them to drive. So I was like, just keep walking. Don't stop, Deborah. Don't stop. I just kept telling myself, keep walking. Don't stop. Deborah, if you stop, I don't know what's going to happen. I was like, keep walking. If you stop, Deborah, you ain't going to start back walking. Just keep walking. I just kept telling myself, keep walking. So I'm just walking. Y'all, it was snowing so hard. It was snowing. It had snow all day. Normally, we don't get that kind of snow like that. I was like, keep walking, don't stop, keep walking. I just kept telling myself, keep walking. I was moving my fingers, trying to keep circulation, because my fingers was feeling like they was burning. It felt like they was burning. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, Lord, what is going on? So I just kept walking. I made it home. And my son gonna come in my room. Ma, you walked home? I said, yeah. Why y'all ain't come meet me? He was like, Ma, you ain't say nothing, because I did not call them. I put my phone up. I did not have my phone because I was so cold. I had them drop the darn phone, and I just put everything up, and I didn't record I recorded the accident, like what stopped the traffic, but I put that phone up and I walked those 4 miles home in the snow. Y'all, that was so traumatic for me coming to work this morning, because I came the same route, and I'm telling, I was petrified. I was so scared, and I was like, I'm leaving. I'm not working all day. I'm leaving at 4 or 5 o'clock before it get dark. And he's like, huh? I was like, yeah. I bet he was like, it's over. It's over my ass. But I do feel better. I feel better that I faced my fear and that I made it. I did what I needed to do to get home. I'm thankful that I did not wreck my car. I didn't go in the ditch. But y'all, I'm telling you, I was so scared. I was so scared. Coming out of my work, I was slipping and sliding. I couldn't get out of my work. Going down the road, I was slipping and sliding. And I really didn't understand. I wasn't going but maybe 10 miles an hour. And I kept saying, it was like I couldn't get no speed. I was like, why I can't get no speed? Probably the good Lord protecting me, because I probably would have sped out and ain't no telling where I would have ended up. So I just glided home. I left that car. I went back and got my car like yesterday evening. Well, afternoon. The sun had came out. Stuff started drying up. And it was still bad. But I was able to go get my car. And I was just thankful. I just wanted to document this again. Just to express my feelings. Y'all, I'm telling you, it was awful. I had no idea how bad it was. Because my mentality was get home before it get dark. When it get dark, it's going to start sticking. Baby, it's stuck. It was stuck already. I was like, oh my God. So that's it. I guess I'll put some of my snap in here so y'all can see. My voice was shaking. I was about to cry. It was just so many emotions. I was going through so many emotions. But the one thing was a fact. I wanted to get out of this car. I felt like I don't have control in this car. I need to get out of this car so I can have control. I walk, I'm in control, but I can't control this. I was gonna leave this car in the middle of the road. I ain't lying, y'all. I was like, I'm gonna leave this car right here. Cause the police was like, wait a minute, where's the car? Where's the car? I was like, I was able to get it off. I was able to get it off the road. He was like, oh, okay. Cause he was gonna have to move it. I'm telling you, I was gonna leave this car right there. I wasn't lying. I was like, baby, I'm gonna leave it right here. But those people was a blessing. It was a blessing that they came down and they kind of, you know, I just had to do it. I was like, Deborah, ain't nobody gonna save you. You gotta save yourself. You gotta save yourself, Lucia. I ain't gotta. So I did it. I did it, y'all. I turned this car. I went in that dead end. I parked that car and I walked at least 4 miles home. Y'all, I ain't lying. I am not lying. In the snow, but like I probably got home like 8:30. I got home like 8:30. I left. It take me 20 minutes to get home. 20 minutes from my job to get home. The route I was going. I left work at 5:30. I didn't get home till 8:30. I'm telling you, I was in the car with my hands on the steering wheel, the car in drive. I got my foot on the brakes for I know an hour. I know I was in that position for at least an hour because I did not know what to do. I'm telling you, I was sliding. I was like, oh my God, I'm sliding. And thank God the car, it stopped. It stopped. And it was like 4 cars in that ditch. That was a bad area right there. And it was about 4 cars in that ditch. And even the tow truck man, he was struggling. So I don't know how long it took them to get out to be able to move, you know. But I just wanted to document it because it was awful. It was awful. I was scared. I did not know what to do. I felt like I was by myself and I did not have the support I needed, which I did. I was just so scared that I didn't want my family to come and try to help me and then they get hurt. And I couldn't live with that. So I was like, no. And my sister was like, you want me to come to the church? Because the church is like halfway to us. And I was like, no, because again, it's heels. It ain't big high heels, but I didn't have a high heel either. And I was slid on these little humps. So I was like, no, please, no. And as I was walking, I was like, damn, I should have told them to come meet me. But yeah, I just want to share that. Did y'all have bad weather? Were y'all out in the bad weather? How did you survive this winter storm? We made it. We made it. Thank y'all for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend. Share. Be careful. If you feel like you can't, don't. Nothing more important than your life. So if you feel like you can't, don't. And I didn't do it because like when I left from home, it wasn't, I didn't feel intimidated or threatened or, you know, like I was threatening my life. I felt like, oh, I'll be fine. If I get home before dark, before it starts sticking, I'll be okay. No, baby, it already stuck. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all the next time. I was exaggerating and I was overreacting. I can't even get home. Y'all, I've been slipping and sliding my whole way home. It's something going on up here. My car sliding. It looked like it want to slide, go into the damn ditch. I just stopped. I don't know what to do. They was like, turn the wheel. I ain't turning nothing. I just want to get out of the car. I don't know what to do, y'all. I'm scared to take my feet off the brake, cause I'm sliding to the right and I'm going into the fucking ditch. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Y'all, please stay off the road. Stay off the road and be careful. I don't know. But if I can just park this motherfucking car, I'll walk home. I ain't lying. I'll walk home, Lord. Please. Please, Lord, please. Please, Lord. Y'all pray for me. All right. So I put my big girl drawers on, and I was able to get my car out the street. These nice people let me park my car in their yard, and your fucking girl walking home. This some bullshit. I feel more comfortable walking than slipping, sliding in that damn car, y'all. I done slipped and slid so much. I'm just so scared to drive it, y'all. I'm so scared. But I did get it out the street, and I'll come get it whenever the road's clear completely up. You ain't got to worry about me, honey. You ain't got to. Hey, look at me, grocery bags. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. But I'm so scared for anybody to drive. I don't want nobody to drive. It's so bad out here, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all what I see.
How you doing? How's your day going? You know that you can always